Well, good morning, my friends. Today, we are getting ready to leave the marina for a change. We'll be out on anchor now for the most of the duration of our stay until we go somewhere. So, good. And before leaving, we just topped off the water tank. I have pre-started the engines to make sure that everything was okay and that it was running. I've gotten the line. So anyway, this stay just cost us over 3,000 euros to be here for 3 weeks. A misunderstanding. Definitely a misunderstanding.
Naked.
Carmen, what?
You're just going to put a loop here?
I gotta put a loop there, but you can't undo that. That, once I remove that, of course I will still take this one. They just leave a loop over here, so it's an easy release. But the front is ready to go. And my plans are to, even though the wind is directly on my nose, is to guide her out the bow outwards and make a U-turn right in this area over here and be facing the bridge. Hopefully that goes well. As usual, every time we go out, we take out any trash we have in the boat. Yeah, I mean, she could look better, but she looks pretty good. I'm talking about Fatima, of course.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Nick.
That's what I said. Always gotta play it safe. So, right now, we actually headed to Nick to recharge our SIM card.
Yeah, we got that sec.
Our internet connection recently. Anyway, where we are. The bus terminal is right here, and the train station is just down that side. Actually, across the bridge.
Yep.
Yeah, just on the opposite side. Copy. After this morning's huge misunderstanding with the marina rates, which I understood is to be 280 euros, something like that, per week.
And that might be 1,000 per week.
Yeah.
Good God.
We just paid 3,000 euros for 21 days stay at the damn marina. I was expecting 800 euros or so. And, I know there were taxes in there, but it was whatever rate it was, times 100% because we are catamaran, and that's what the rate was. And that's not what they told me. As a matter of fact, prior to all of this, when we first pulled up over here to Lagos, and the boatyard turned us away, which was quite a dilemma. Anyway, I called in the marina in emergency to find out what their rates were per month and seeing if they even had longer term. And just per month, that's what they would do. And they quoted me something like, I think, $1,800 for a month. I think that's what I got quoted. Anyway, it was $1,800 for a month. So we, of course, were going to check in as the boatyards contacted us saying, "Oh, we apologize. It's just we got so much going on over here. We're going to make room for you coming back." So I went back over there, which not a problem. And their rate is $600 a month for being on the hard. I know that's for the hard. That's why the marina was what I was quoted 1,800. So, it's not cheap, but considering we paid that for a year's rate in Punta Delgado. So that was quite a shocker. But when we checked out, and they told us 3,045 euros, almost blew my top. It's like, how could that be? That's not where I was going to be. Anyway, they couldn't do anything with it. That's the rates. They showed me the charts on our size boat. And then it being a catamaran, 100%. So double the price. And that's where we are. But when you think about it, there were $500 and some VAT tax on that. So that brings it back to around the $1,800 they had quoted for the month, but doubled.
23%.
Yeah, but doubled because we're a catamaran. So they quote you something, and then voila, they hit you with that. I wish they had asked for the money, the credit card right up front when I booked it for 1 week. That's what I booked it for, and we ended up, it's $400 a week. I mean, it's not cheap, but we need the dinghy repaired, and we can't go to anchor without the dinghy. So we just kept postponing the exit. But we could have left midweek, I guess, last week. Wednesday we received the dinghy or so. So had I known, we would have left as soon as the dinghy got to the boat. But did not know. I was assured that's where it was. Much to my surprise. We are at anchor, but the wind, as usual, it's always kind of windy over here, is blowing around 30 knots. So, I think we're going to grab on chain, but we are a little bit close to these boats. I thought I was going to be a bit further up that way, and I ended up a little bit closer than where I wanted it to be on this catamaran back here. But I've been tracking it, seeing what we're doing, and we are shifting all over the place, but we are not going any further back. We are just swaying side to side and maintaining about the same distance all the time between this one in the front and the one in the back of us. That one over there, he's far enough. We have no issue at all with that guy. So we're going to be monitoring this. I got the anchor alarm on my phone, and I have, like I said, the chart plotter is tracking where I am based on where I put the X, indicating that that's the anchor. And we're staying around 50 feet away from that area. Sometimes we go just a little over that, but we stand right around that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I put this kind of underneath the boat when I first got here, and you can see, or off to the side of the boat, but you can see this is where we are moving around, far back this way, towards the front, sides to side. So I got a heads up. So the boat is always facing upwards, regardless of which way the wind is blowing. But that's keeping track of where we are. And as long as we stay within the circle all the time, we are okay. Because that circle distance is 40 feet, 49 feet. So that's pretty good. I guess we'll monitor it. Well, good morning, my friends. Here we are. I'm recording, babe. Yeah, it's funny talking to the camera without Fatima knowing. So well, let's try this again. Battery died. and then it gave me a SD card error. But anyway, as I was saying, we are in try number 3 or take number 3 because GoPro keeps giving me errors. At first it was the battery, then well, I'm gonna try this again. Third time was not a charm because this is the 4th time that the camera's shutting down because of an error. Anyway, we are in Lagos still, and the reason why for this recording, I don't know if you can pick up the sound on this. I doubt it, seeing we don't have good sound quality. But anyway, while we were at the heart, sometimes we would hear the roaring of the waves coming in, crashing into the beach, and we would see flocks of surfers all come running in to take advantage of what we figured to be a good surf. What we didn't expect is for us to be the surfers ourselves. We are at Anchorage, and it is rolly out here. I wouldn't say it's extreme, but we have these 4-foot surges, waves coming in at us, but the seas are like glass. You know, I mean, it's very calm, but what we do have is this large surf coming in. And I know this is not going to pick up on the camera, but you can see how much everybody's rocking around us. And it's these long waves coming in and really just bobbing us around. Not, like I said, not in any kind of danger or anything like that, but the surfers are all out there waiting for that perfect wave to come in and riding them in. I see some of them taking waves, but it's not, the waves are not that big. So, I mean, they're taking advantage of the little waves, but you can see a couple of them going by, which they caught a wave, and they do a little bit of a trap. And you can see what's happening around against the shore. Now, Florence, sailing channel Florence, which I love watching for their photography and for their narration. But they do an amazing job capturing waves. I know they... Okay, I know that just before this I was not able to finish talking about how Florence films and captures the waves that come at them. They do an amazing job. But anyway, I will do my best to see what I come up with. You can see what that boat is doing. He is just rocking, and even though it shows up, I was looking at him, but we're pretty much going the same. Just a little while ago, we had things jumping around in the inside the salon. Thought things were going to fly off the shelves, which only happens on very, very rough seas. It was cold this morning, but it's sure warming up. This is the boatyard that we came to all this way and all this adventure was to be pulled up over here. And I gotta tell you, I mean, it's not like they've started on us, but I am extremely impressed with the boatyard, the cleanliness, and the facilities. And they do have
all the different craftsmen that are in there.
Yeah, they have every trade. They have
of, yeah.
every trade that you can think of to do specialty work. Here's the boatyard. They, you know, they have a lot of boats in here. They have quite a few catamarans, and that actually posed a little bit of an issue when we pulled up over here, because we checked in and we were set to be hauled out, and you know, we weren't under power at the time. We asked for assistance on them getting us a tow, or setting somebody to tow us over here to so since I worked on the engine and I got them both running and I did not need a tow, I motored my way in on my own, and I pull up to the ramp and this guy comes yelling out and flagging us like, no, can't, no, we don't have room for you. So it's like, what do you mean? You know, we've been in emails. We communicated this. I came specifically from Punta Delgada to over here to be hauled out. We were ready to go. Oh, I never promised you this and that. But either way, he turned me away, and I did not even know which way to turn. I was ready to check in with the Marina over there. I already had contacted them, got to the rate for a month's stay at the Marina, and then if I wanted to extend another month, either way, the price would have been the same per month. It doesn't change. So they had approved it. I went from mooring, because I moored when I was turned away out here. I didn't know which way to turn. I moored. I went back, and as soon as I got there, I got an email from the marine over here, from the boatyard, saying, oh, okay, we found the place for you to dock at the water for meanwhile, and we are desperately trying to figure out exactly what to do. We're gonna make room for you, so come on back.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell button so you can get notifications. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.